Hello everybody, welcome back to some more Crusader Kings 2, where in the last episode we have quite a cancerous situation. Yes, of course, my dear old father died of cancer at the age of 34, which leads to Duke Bruce of Kent at the age of 2 running the entirety of the duchy, with measles getting ready to spread over to our side of the island. So this is going to be exciting. We can close the gates at any time, but I am not going to close them at least until it spreads close enough. So we're going to wait for as long as possible. And as you can see, it's already spread over to Oxford, so we're just waiting it. Once it hits Middlesex, we're going to start closing our gates. But it's going to spread like wildfire here very, very soon. But yeah, we're about to lose the grand old rebellion as well over in England to lower the crown authority. That's going to be very, very exciting. And then we're also losing a war against the Welsh because they're fighting us for an excommunication war. So you can see that measles has spread almost the entirety of the British Isles, which is exciting. If it doesn't spread any farther this way, we should be okay, but it's going to spread. As you can fairly tell, it's going to spread down here, so it's just a matter of time before we close our gates. And of course my people already hate me, so it's not that long away until I probably get a revolt on my hands, which is going to be very exciting, as well as the measles, as well as being only 2 years old, as well as my dad dying of cancer. So, you can see how difficult this becomes very, very quickly. Hopefully, if it doesn't spread anymore, we're going to be awesome, but it's going to spread more. Oh, I'm so nervous. Because this is a make or break in the campaign. If Bruce dies, I have 4 daughters left. If they all die, we're fucked. Like, we're literally done. The campaign is over. It's late at night, by the way, so if I'm a little bit, like, weirder than most, I apologize. It's not the middle of the day, so I'm not the most wired, but I do want to record another session because this is just too exciting to drop right now. And of course, I always have my tea with me. Of course, all of you already know that. It hasn't spread in a bit, which is good. I'm really terrified, but hopefully we'll be okay. Looks like Scotland's also dealing with a rebellion. Let's pause real quick so we can look at that. So Scotland's dealing with a rebellion in their own place. Malcolm, son of one of the kings, King Duncan. He was a king of Scotland. Who's king right now? I can't even say that name. But that was his son. So I'm surprised that... because it's not of the original family of the Dunkelds. I see. It's of a new family. Well, that's exciting. So I'm guessing he's trying to revolt to gain his crown back. Yes, of course. Is he winning that? Nope, not right now. Nobody really knows. It's going back to the measles situation. We have to watch this as closely as possible. If that spreads any more towards Kent, we're going to have to close our gates. And we can't open them because Bruce has to stay alive. If Bruce does not, we're going to be very, very screwed. Come on, measles, don't spread our way. Give me a little bit of grace. My God, I can't take another death in the family. But yes, last episode we lost dear old Glenn of the Games family. It was very, very sad, but at the end of the day, what can you do? Died of cancer, of all things. He survived camp fever for about half a year, but not even a month or 2 after that, he dies of cancer. It's just what happens, I guess. King William the Conqueror has created the Duchy of Somerset. I'm guessing he's going to give that away very, very shortly, if he has not already done so. hasn't spread in a bit, which is really good. I need to know when my birthday is now that I'm a little boy. When's my birthday? October 8th. Okay. So every October 8th, we're going to be another year older. If we can just survive. That's all we need to do right now is survive. We don't need to worry about kids or anything like that. We can't get any. It would be best to marry Grace maternally, so that way I can get more people in the family. It would be best to do that. Okay, it looks like it's left a little bit of Wales, so it could be dying off. Measles could be dying, or it could spread over to us. We have no idea as of right now, but it looks like it's starting to die off, at least over in the Welsh territories, which is fine. I'm very, very nervous because I've never had to deal with the situation of my only son dying. This is something completely new to me. I used to always play Crusader Kings 2. There it is. Seal the gates, it looks like. That's not measles, though. That's smallpox. So that's fine. We didn't contract it, did we? No. And none of my kids did? Doesn't look like it. Eleanor? No. Mary? No. No, we're all fine, but smallpox has grown. He's only doing what's necessary to save his life, dear king. So measles we have, and then smallpox we've now... It's sprung up in Kent, which is amazing. Measles is starting to go away, but smallpox now is spreading towards our own lands. So hopefully our food supplies can hold out, at least for right now. At least until smallpox goes away. It doesn't seem to be going away anytime soon, though, which is very, very frightening. I'm sorry if we have to play most of the game on this screen. I know you guys don't want to see that. But we are getting very, very nervous, or at least I'm getting very, very nervous, that we could die at any moment in time. As a small little child, it's not the smartest idea. Now, measles, of course, is worse than smallpox. Smallpox you could literally die from. Measles, I think you have more of a chance of dying from than smallpox, but I could be wrong. It looks like camp fever spreading across all of Iberia. What is this? I try to get a good night's sleep, but I am tormented by horrible recurring nightmares of our people. The pleas for the help. I just want to survive this. Screw it. I mean, we're already a kid. People hate us anyway. Why does it matter? The worst thing that's going to happen is we're going to get revolted on by our fellow men, but they can't attack me directly, which is good because the Crown Authority is actually too high. But if they win that, they're able to attack me, which is not going to be the smartest idea. And they being my fellow vassals, of course. They actually aren't too bad to me. Did he die? I'm guessing that man probably died. There's my mouse. I was like, where's my mouse? Let me see. Did that man die? I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure he might have died. William, Count of Surrey. Yes, I'm actually going to put you as that because you're actually going to be a little bit more happy with me because of the fact that you're going to be here. So smallpox is starting to spread across most of France. Measles is starting to leave. But smallpox remains. It looks as though smallpox hopefully will be dying down. Oh my god, my Eleanor actually had that, but good. He's trying to help her. How much? -3 on its health, but now it's just a -1 penalty. But she's bedridden too, so I don't know what that does. I don't know if they cancel out, but hopefully it's not possible. What's happening here? She has the flu, and he's helping her with that. Man, our dude is doing very well. Oh my... What happened to her? She got severely injured, and she has... Well, my mom's about to die very quickly. Court physician Sayer has completely botched a treatment of my mother Cecilia's disease. Cecilia is now even worse off than before, but clinging on to some form of life. Easy now, Sayers, trying his best. Cecilia and Duke Bruce become bitter rivals. Well, he did help both of my sisters. So he's trying his best, Mom. We're not a rival of my mother, but she does hate me a little bit more now because of that. An easy mother. Leave it be. He's trying his best. So my mother is now dead. She died of smallpox. Why is it spreading within my family? The gates are closed for now. We shouldn't be getting this. She's doing great, though, under her. Matilde. I think that's her name. King, of course, still lives, not having smallpox or any of that hopeless nonsense. Hopefully he still lives because of that, and hopefully smallpox goes away very quickly. I should have waited a little bit longer, maybe the first 100 years for these to start spicing up, but brings to goodness of the campaign. It's very exciting stuff. We're already 4 years old, so we're going to be able to start our education soon. And the king has 2 wards already, so I don't think he can train me. I want to kind of get trained by somebody that I will know what to do. But maybe getting trained by... I want to be like my dad and be really good at diplomacy. Oh, wow, he would actually be great at that. Yeah, Bouchard. You'd be nice. If you stay alive, you'll be able to teach me the ways of what you are. So smallpox is spreading through most of France and a little bit into the Holy Roman Empire. But it seems to be dying down, hopefully at least a little bit. Uh-oh. Don't tell me. He'll try his best to treat me. I'm doing fairly well because of that. I actually gained a little bit of health on that regard. I now have a headache. Don't tell me that I have smallpox. I'm gonna be pissed if I do. If I die, I'm gonna be so mad. Send help. There's worried that you're developing smallpox. Yes, I know. I'm sure that did nothing. Shut the fucking gates. Why isn't it shut? I shut it earlier. Good God. You can't tell me by just that little bit alone I might die because of that now. I have smallpox. Don't kill me, bud. I'm actually feeling better. Okay. He might save me from death. Say your court physician informs you that Mary Games is suffering from the current epidemic. Having her stay with the rest of you inside these walls puts you at risk. That doesn't matter. I have it now. Why does it matter? Keep her inside. Yeah, see, she's gonna be fine. She's gonna be fine. We're gonna live. We're gonna live. I really hope we're gonna live. Careful planning. William de Hontville has raised a large force of exiles and mercenaries, declaring his intention to go off and carve out a realm of his own. So you're gonna try to come out and fight? Well, you might die of smallpox here very soon, dear friend, so it doesn't matter. Oh my God, smallpox. God, why? It's the fucking plague. Nice. Okay, so we survived smallpox once. We could get it again, but we survived it. And it's still spreading through France like wildfire. Okay, I feel a little better. Camp fever's starting to leave the Iberian Peninsula, it looks like. A few little bits and bobs of slow fever and consumption are around the Byzantine Empire. Camp fever, slow fever. Smallpox is right now, it's the huge one. Hopefully that leaves sometimes. Oh, yes. Okay, so we're semi-good. I want to wait until we're good with the rest of our counties before we open our gates. Because I don't want people from our neighboring counties coming into our lands that are a part of our dukedom. because that will still be a stupid idea. Now 2 out of the 3 are done. We're almost ready to open our gates, but I'm not going to open them just yet. Good God, we almost died. Whew. Are we okay? I think we're okay. We're going to open our gates now. How's my immediate family? Grace seems to be fine. She hates us, but she seems to be fine. Eleanor is living. She hates us. Mary is living, of course, just like me. She's living as well, and so is Haley. We all survived it. Really cool. Okay, so we're going to wait until our next birthday, so that way we can get started on our education, because we need to start that up as soon as possible. We need to make sure Bruce is going to be a sprite young lad. Now, what day was his birthday? Was it the 6th? Yeah, he's 6 years old. He's ready to be educated. So we are going to educate under you. Bruce, no. Under Bouchard. I want Bouchard to train me. Gracie, you're getting educated. Eleanor, you need to be educated by Sayer. You'll be our pious woman. Mary, you will get educated by Bouchard as well. Haley, you will get educated by Alice. Because we want well-rounded kids. And this would probably be what Dad wanted for us. Hopefully. So Bruce, don't die. You got a long life ahead of you, my dear child. And, of course, your regent is also governing you, and he loves you a lot because you are giving him the opportunity to train up your children. Now, of course, I wanted the king to do it, but he only has 1 ward at the moment. I would have loved that martial ability, but he has absolutely no diplomacy, which I want to be like my dad. I want to be like a great talker. Talking at the end of the day is better than fighting, if you really can believe that. You can talk your way out of a lot of situations rather than trying to fight your way out of them. Smallpox starting to go down in France and in Germany in the Holy Roman Empire, but overall they're doing quite well. Oh, I'm zealous, really? Nope, I'm not zealous. He was like, no, child. You will not be zealous. What's wrong with you? Now, why is that? Because here's his scholarship in bookish. Oh, really? Yeah, he's a church opinion, learning. I'm surprised he didn't want me to be zealous. Oh well, the king is starting to fight off against what looks to be the Welsh dukedom here, fighting against us. He needs to start beating back this rebellion. It's been going on for so long. We can go back to here for a little bit. Now, King Felipe also attacking us via the excommunication wall. Bastard. So it looks like we're starting to tuck our tails over to the rebellion and actually trying to get a foothold in this, which we're doing rather well now. We were almost at 80% negative. Now we're almost at 70% negative. So we dropped a decent bit. Pope Nicholas doesn't like me that much, but I am a child. I'm only fucking 6 years old, you know? Good lord, you gotta wait for me at least a little bit. So the king looks like he is trying to unsiege parts of his lands, while it looks to be that the rebels are trying to get themselves back together. Which is perfectly fine, perfectly fine. The English could do what they need to. Oh my god, that was a close call. We almost killed ourselves. But we do need to keep a hold of what's going on in the world, at least for right now, so I can shut the gates if I want to. Is there another case of smallpox coming down from the north? I don't think so. I think this is dissolving, but I could be definitely wrong. If it does spread any down south, then I'm going to start becoming a little bit more nervous. My god, it's so difficult living in this time period. Maybe it is a starting of another smallpox disease. Well, if it spreads any more south, then we're gonna have to close our gates then. It really sucks because we just opened them. But it's good. We can get the food, at least, to come back up at least a little bit before we have to shut our gates once more. We have the opportunity to shut them, but we're not going to, at least not right now. So mommy is dead. What about the sons? How'd they... Okay, so William died in a dungeon. Robert still lives and he does have a wife. We cannot kill him. She is not pregnant though, so if he does die from this smallpox that's out here, we will be in line to be king. Because you can see under lines of succession, it will go Richard, and then what looks like William de Fossey. Why is that? That doesn't make any sense. Wait a minute, what? Who has a child before Cecilia de Normandy? She would be the next in line. She's the oldest female. Wait a minute. Agnatic primogeniture. That's why. It only goes by sons, so it would have to be, it looks to be the next following man. No, I don't think it would be Count Robert. It said de Fossey, so I'm not sure who it would be. I have to do a little bit more research. Okay, it does look like it's going rather up instead of going down, so that's good. We're safe for now. Smallpox looks to be almost gone from France and into the Holy Roman Empire. It's still a little bit in Denmark, but not too bad. We got a little bit of camp fever going into Africa. We got measles again over in Egypt. Slow fever around, camp fever, slow fever, everything that could possibly just fucking kill you. But for right now, peace and prosperity for a little bit, for fuck's sake. So it's going to be a long, long campaign. Bouchard and Duke Bruce become close friends. No matter how many questions I ask, Bouchard has always been there to answer and is ever so patient with me. Our relationship has grown and I feel I have formed a strong mentor relationship with Bouchard. Cool, so we're now close friends with Bouchard. Awesome, very awesome. Raiders, raiding my fucking lands, thank you, bastards. So we're gonna go until our next birthday, until we reach the age of 8. And then we will have 8 more years of childhood until we will grow into a full-fledged adult. It's gonna be good, but we'll no longer be under a regent. But I feel as though it's still going to be a huge, jam-packed adventure of a fuck ton of wars and diseases. It's very hard to wage a war now and try to grow yourself at least a little bit better off. Now, I don't think there's any way for us to change the crown authorities of England. You can see that the crown laws for the Kingdom of England apply to the Duchy of Kent. Very minimal for centralism. Inheritance, though, if we look at, this is us, this is the kingdom. William de Fossey. Now, who are you? Who is your father? William the Hunter of de Fossey family. Who did you marry? I'm not sure how that is involved with not me. Gender laws. It would go Richard, and then it would go William the Hunter, which doesn't make any sense to me. Because I would think once Richard would die, it would go to me. Very odd. Very, very odd. Hopefully these 2 kids die. Because if that's true, then maybe William the Hunter will also die. That'd be great. And then we could just kill Richard de Fossey and just try to see why the fuck we aren't going to be involved. I think it's just because it's truly agnatic. So the women don't have a spot at all. So we don't matter in hindsight. If it was agnatic cognatic, then I think it would go to me. But the reason it's, you know, we can't become king is because of the fact that it's not agnatic cognatic, it's just agnatic. I like, personally for me, if I'm going to be a king or a duke or a ruler of some sort, I like agnatic cognatic because there is a way that you will be okay and you will have an heir. Now, my heir, if I am to die, is going to be Grace, which she is 14 years old, and she's not the worst fucking fellow in the world. She's actually a pretty decent person. She does like me, which, of course, is always good. The king likes me. Or I like the king. The king barely likes me. State diplomacy is actually rather nice, apparently. We're actually becoming a well-rounded fellow. It's not too bad. I would like to have some traits here very soon. A son was born from this chick and Count William the Seducer named Sewell. So you are educating my daughter. How's that going? She is brave, shy, and patient. She's well-rounded in every other department besides diplomacy. Mary, she is deceitful, so of course she's getting a little bit more of the intrigue side of things. She's actually turning out rather well. You got Eleanor here, who is, of course, quick. She is greedy, and she's also diligent, so she is becoming very, very good. And then we have us, who is not the best person ever, so we're just gonna have to hope that we do really well. Smallpox still kind of roaming around up here. Not too bad. If it spreads a little down south, we're gonna need to be a little bit worried, but for right now, it seems that we're doing all right. I don't think we're gonna really die. The biggest thing is that the king cannot raise an army right now. He just can't. He has 9,000 troops available for service, and the French are actually besieging him. I don't think they can actually do it, but they are besieging him. Now, he does have 4,000 men that he could march down and try to destroy some of these troops, but he's trying to unbesiege himself a little bit, which makes sense. It's not the worst, thing in the world. He needs to do that. He needs to win this revolt, which actually fell a lot in power. York is now back under the king as well, and it looks like it's not as big as before, but certainly still is very, very much a problem. Who's winning over here as far as this war is concerned? The king is right now. The actual king of Scotland is winning right now, which kind of sucks because I did want to see the Dunkelts come back. Doesn't look like that's gonna happen though. Okay, so we got a little bit more into our intrigue, but I would like to see us a little bit higher up in the sky. I said we were gonna go until my 8th fucking birthday, and we're almost 10 now. So we'll go until our 10th birthday. We'll just stop on an even number, so that way we only have to wait 6 years. King William the Conqueror has founded an alliance with the Grand Prince. Ah, look at you, finding smart. Having that all the way the hell over there. What are they gonna do for you? Very smart. You're pumping kids, girl. Jesus, you don't even have a freaking husband and you're still just pumping. Good for you. Hopefully we actually get a trait or two. I wouldn't like to put in any traits, but we're not getting any. Which kind of sucks a lot. I've grown a great bond with you, sir. So we can charge. 50% chance Bouchard. That Bouchard dies. 50% that Bouchard gets wounded. I'm gonna say, nah, I'm okay. I'm not going to charge him. That's kind of a stupid fucking idea. Come on, let's get some diplomacy going. Let's get something going. I wanted to get some diplomacy out of this man, but you do need a wife. Geatha, 33 years old, could give you a child or two. Could we do this? Why can we not do this? Low-born males must marry noble women eternally. Ah, fuck that. We're not gonna do that. I hate him. Gain the trait of... I hate him too! Lose the trait of wrath. So we're not even gonna get any traits if we keep going like this. That kind of sucks, man. I really want a trait. We're not getting any. But very much jam-packed episodes. First episode, my original character almost died of food poisoning. Second episode, my wife from my original character had died, my first wife, had died of Camp Fever, the third episode, my original character died from cancer, and in the fourth episode, my mom died from smallpox. So that's exciting, and of course, we are trying to live our life and not die. And it looks like smallpox has left our region. So Grace is here in the world now as an actual adult. We're gonna want to marry her maternally. Just because that would be a smarter idea. And of course, we're gonna want to suit you up with someone. We could marry you off to Bouchard, but he's kind of older. And I think as though you'll be fine with a pretty good suitor. Not in prison, not married, not a ruler, of my religion in the realm. Search who's the best at diplomacy. That's pretty good in age. You're not that bad. Would you like to arrange a marriage between you and Grace maternally? He would like to do that. We would lose a little bit of prestige, but he would accept that. A maternal marriage. And I think she would go over to his court because of that. We're gonna do that. He's great at diplomacy. Ish. He's an 11. He's not that good, but he's good enough for my dear old Grace. We're gonna gain a little bit of that prestige back, because for fuck's sake, we don't need that in our lives. Is she still over in my court? Yeah, she's still here. He came here. Yeah, okay, cool. So hopefully they will. She wanted to marry a ruler, but she married a great guy. I mean, they're both kind. Hopefully they'll like each other. It looks like they're liking each other rather well. He loves me because I set him up with my sister. So awesome. But holy fuck, dude. This has been a jam-packed episode. We are now 10 years old, and I do need to end this. My god, it's been a long episode. But of course, if you did enjoy this Crusader Kings 2 episode, of course, like, comment, and subscribe for more. Hopefully it's going to be even more jam-packed with more wars, more disease, which looks like camp fever might be an issue if it spreads pretty fast. And hopefully we will grow into an actual adult with hopefully some average fucking traits. We haven't gotten one yet. And of course our guardian is Bouchard, who hasn't given me a single trait yet, and is very old, but he's been doing wonders for some of my other ones, which, good for him. She got a few. Diligent, arbitrary, greedy. She's gonna be a little bastard as a child. She's gonna be an asshole, but who cares at the end of the day? This family's gonna be all sorts of surprises, but until then, everybody, I have to go because I have to get some sleep. I got a lot of stuff I have to do tomorrow. This is why I wanted to record now instead of recording later. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully I will see you in the next episode. Of course, like, comment, subscribe for more, and I will see you then. Until, of course, that time. Len Game signing off as always. Take care, everyone.